5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
All right, seeing the place to be, NFL Draft Bible on location at the Test Football Academy. Got Mr. CFL in the building, Jamaal Westerman, tearing it up in Winnipeg this past season. Of course, 6-year veteran in the NFL. This year, made the transition up north. What did you take away from the experience?
I mean, I loved it. You know, the only thing that was bad that we didn't win enough games, but had a great time up in Winnipeg. The CFL game's a little bit different than the NFL game. You know, you're a yard off the ball, 12 men on the field, 3 downs, a lot of motions as you see in the Arena League with the receivers and everything. But it was a great game. Had a good time playing up there, and excited to go back up there next year.
So, I mean, you talk about some of the differences. What was the biggest adjustment? Was it the speed? Was it the I know it's spread out a little bit more. The offensive players kind of get a little jump.
It probably was, you know, you only have a 20-second play clock. So it's faster tempo of play, similar to you see in college. I think the Patriots do it with a lot of up-tempo. And then as a defensive lineman, outside linebacker, you're a yard off the ball. So that's a longer time to get to the quarterback. The offensive lineman, they have a little bit more depth in between you and him. So it's a little harder to get to the quarterback. And of course, I mean, there's a wider field. So the quarterback throw quick screens. There's a lot of space to be played in. The hashes are a little bit different. So it's a different game. It's still football, but the space and the speed of the game makes it a truly unique game.
And he's talking about being hard to get to the quarterback. I mean, you had racked up the sacks this year. I mean, almost, 20 of them, something.
I had 17, probably missed about 5 or 6, so hopefully I can, you know, get those in and maybe try to beat 20 next year.
Now, you know, we've seen the CFL be a feeder for the NFL. You've played in the NFL. A lot of guys, I think more and more every year you see more guys being recruited from the CFL. And I mean, you played in the CFL, so you can tell the people yourself, but the talent is very comparable. It might not be 1 to 53, but you know, when you get out there with the starters, I mean, the talent is very comparable in my opinion. Is that something that is a goal to get back to the NFL and try to get back to that level? I mean, what is your future moving on out? Because I know you said you're going to be going back to next year. I'm sure you're under contract. But is that something you want to explore down the road?
I think that the biggest thing about wherever you play is put everything into that place. So I mean, I'm excited to go back to Winnipeg. I want to go up there. I want to win the Grey Cup. And then whatever happens after that, you know, I can't control. You know, the biggest thing for me is to go out next year, stay healthy, play at a high level, and try to get into the playoffs and win the Grey Cup. And that's all I'm really worried about. I mean, I think when you take your eye off the ball, then you're going to strike out. So I'm definitely focused, you know, here at Test to train and be ready for camp, you know, starting in, I think it's the end of May or June, to be ready to go full speed and ready to get rolling up in Winnipeg.
And like you said, you're staying ready. You're here in Jersey, Test football. What makes you come back to Test? Why do you come back to Test? I mean, what's the reasons why you?
I've been coming to Test, I think it's 7 years. This will be my 8th off-season coming to Test. I mean, they've done a tremendous job. When I came out, when I was doing the combine training, I had a torn bicep. They helped me rehab for that with my trainers back at Rutgers. They helped me be ready for the pro day. And I've been coming back every year since, you know, and they've helped me prepare not only for when I was going to OTA, even years where I didn't have OTAs and I just had to step into camp or step into the middle of the season. I was ready to go because I was training here, and they train guys at a higher level. It's not just weightlifting, it's not just speed training. They really get the whole aspect of what it takes to play on the football field, to play every Sunday, and to be ready to go in camp, if it's practice, if it's a season, if it's a game, and you can really step right in it after you're training here.
And you know, one thing I noticed just watching you, it's like you're one of those guys that passes it forward, gives back. I see you out there teaching some of the other players and passing it forward. I mean, is that something down the road that you might get involved with coaching? Or it seems like the players respond well to you.
I definitely love, you know, working with players, younger players, older players. You know, I love just learning, and I think you can learn from a lot of guys. And I think it's just a responsibility of anybody that's played at a professional level to kind of pass it down to guys that are either trying to get there or guys that are there. And just because I think in the off season, everybody's working to get better. You know, you save the seasons for, you know, competing with a guy or competing against a guy, but during the off season, everybody's working to get better. And, you know, we work with high school guys here, you know, work with some guys that are in the pros, some guys are like right now that are training for the combine. And just continuing trying to get better. And I would definitely love to coach down the road, but hopefully that's far, far down the road because I love playing, I love getting after it, I love competing, and I'm excited to, you know, just watching these playoff games, man. It's like the blood is flowing again, and every time I watch football, it's just you get those goosebumps, and you're just like, oh man, I want to be out there. So no matter what time of year it is, you're watching the game and you're ready to go.
So you know, obviously Rutgers is going through a transition phase now. New head coach. Have you had a chance to meet the new head coach? What is your tie to the Rutgers football program? Are you still involved with them? Do you pop up, or what's been the kind of reception with the new coaching staff? Have they been receptive to the old players?
Definitely have had a chance to meet Coach Ass day before yesterday. We just had a quick conversation, but I like the energy he's going to bring to the program. I like the direction they're going now, and the biggest thing with them is just getting the right players in. They love a lot of the Jersey guys, and they're recruiting guys hard. Guys in New Brunswick, guys at Paramus, Catholic, all the guys hard. They want them to stay home, because I definitely believe if you can keep the Jersey players home and keep the right guys home, Rutgers will be a powerhouse. There's a lot of transition that's going on now with the coaching staff and the weight room and even the facilities, but I definitely think that we have the right leadership in hand to kind of make that transition. But I love Coach Shannon, I love Coach Flood, I love what they did for the program and what they brought to the program, the type of men that they are, and I've always supported Rutgers. So I'm excited for Coach Ash and his staff. He's getting his staff together now, and I definitely think things are moving in the right direction, starting early. And I'm excited to see what they do, not waiting for the season, but in spring ball and the off season, just the type of things that they're going to do different. And for a player like me, somebody that's been around, I just love learning, see what coaches do differently, see what defense they're going to run that's different and what direction they're moving. And it's just an opportunity for me, just being able to be close to the program, and I know a lot of the guys, just to continue to learn and continue to build myself up.
Well, let's educate the youth out there, because our affiliation with the National Underclassmen, we work with a lot of the high school kids, especially in New Jersey. So let's take a second to speak to the youth and tell them why, if you're a top recruit in Jersey, why you should stay in Rutgers and play football in New Jersey, because we've been trying to do this since I've been alive.
I think we've been doing a good job. Now we're in the Big Ten. I think we can be more competitive moving forward. I mean, we have a coach now that's come from a championship program, and he's brought a lot of his assistants that coach at high levels at different places. And the one thing that Rutgers always had, the ups and the downs, we've always had good people in the team. Good guys coaching, good administrators, good people around. And I think, maybe we may have took a step back before, but now, just continue to move forward, and that's everything that we're focused on right now. I think the facilities are coming. I think with the coaching staff and the way they're going to run their offense and their defense, it's definitely going to be something that's fun to play, something that's an attack style, and something that's going to be ready to play at a high level in the Big Ten.
Well, we're looking forward to it. That's Jamaal Westerman, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, straight from the horse's mouth right here at the NFL Draft Bible, keeping the offensive linemen awake at night. Nightmares.
They give me some nightmares too, man.
Well, who's the toughest guy you went up against this year?
Man, there's a lot of good guys up there, man. I mean, with that yard, it's rough, man. They like to bully me around, man. They took their liberties on me this year.
Hey, 17 sacks this year. Any number?
No, man. Because when you set the number, man, everybody's coming for you. Whatever it takes to win, that's all I care about.
Hey, we appreciate your time.
Appreciate you being here, man.
Be following your journey.
Definitely.
Keeping up tabs. And how about the people at home, if they want to follow your career and keep up with everything?
Twitter, Instagram. I think I'm Jamaal Westerman on Twitter. Nothing fancy. Instagram, JWesterman90. Questions, whatever. I'm there.